Raider Nation, what's going on? You're watching the Raiders Report, and today's show presented by Manscaped. We got the best male grooming products out there. I want you to go ahead and find out why over 4 million men are using Manscaped. How do you do it? You got to go to manscaped.com. Use code Raiders. That's going to get you 20% off and free shipping on the best male grooming products out there. So today's show is this. Essentially, I'm going to be breaking down 3 players the Raiders could go out and trade for and 6 free agents the Raiders could sign. Here's the kicker. They're all from the New England Patriots. Why? The Raiders have been bringing in Patriots coaches and general managers, or we'll say front office executives, left and right this offseason. You got Dave Ziegler as your GM, Josh McDaniels as your head coach, Mick Lombardi as your OC, Carmen Bricillo as your offensive line coach, Hardegree as your quarterbacks coach. All 5 of these dudes were with New England last year. The reason why I'm bringing up this entire segment, a lot of times these guys, they have connections. There's more likely of a chance than they go ahead and they join the team. So if the Raiders make a trade, if they make a big-time splash in free agency, or realistically, if they just sign anyone in free agency, I'm more than likely going to be going live. Get you guys a video. So subscribe today for the best Raiders YouTube coverage out there. News, rumors, fun segments like you're seeing right now. Turn on those notifications. Hit that subscribe button because I promise you this. There's a lot of content creators out there. You will not find anybody else, whether it's radio, whether it's an announcer, whether it's a certain beat writer or whatever. You will not find anybody that works harder than I do and harder than my team, keeping you guys up to date on the silver and black. So coming up now, we're going to get into some trade targets from the New England Patriots. I have 3 names, and I'm basing this off of realistic trade. I'm not just like, you're just going to go out and get Matthew Judon because he's the best player on defense. No, I'm basing this off of 3 realistic trade targets. The first guy coming up is probably a familiar name. I have mad respect for this guy. It's Nelson Agholor, wide receiver. He was a big-time splash player in free agency for the Raiders back in 2020. Went to New England, signed a big-time deal. Unfortunately, and maybe fortunately for us, didn't really pan out for him. Why? New England doesn't know how to use receivers all that well. He does still have 1 year left on his contract, and if the Raiders were to go out and get Agholor, you'd have to pay him $9 million. New England would obviously eat a little bit of that money, but why not at least go out and take a flyer on a guy? Sure, $9 million, you're like, I don't know if I want to pay that for Agholor. This guy was an absolute stud with the Raiders back in 2020. He had 48 grabs, 896 yards, 8 touchdowns. In fact, he even dropped a few, and there was a few really bad missed calls. I went back and I watched the tape. You could easily see Agholor here have over 50 catches, over 1,000 yards, and double-digit touchdowns. If you don't think that's worth $9 million a year, you, my friend, are crazy. So should the Raiders go out and trade for Agholor, I want you to go ahead and type that Y for yes, or you can go ahead and spam N for no. Let's go to Chase Winovich. This guy definitely uses Manscaped. Look at that flow. Great defensive end, and he's already been linked to multiple trade rumors out there. He played just 105 snaps last season after 2 really good first years. Now he's entering the final year of his rookie deal, and if the Raiders were to go out and trade for him, you're going to owe him $956,000 next season. I'd give up probably like a 6th-round pick for Winovich. Even like a guy like Agholor, I'd probably give up a 5th-round pick for him. Now here's his numbers throughout his entire career. 2020 and 2019, 5.5 sacks. Then you go out, you bring in a little bit of a new system, if you will. You added a few big players in free agency. Then Winovich just didn't see the field. But when he was on the field, he was successful, and he would fit really, really well in a 3-4 scheme. And he would play more of your outside linebacker role, kind of like what Malcolm Kuntz is going to be for the Raiders this upcoming season. I get it. 11 tackles, 1 QB hit, no sacks. It's not all that great. But I'm telling you right now, for a 6th-round pick at $965K, Winovich would be a good pick. The final player coming up here that I would trade for that's on the Patriots, it's N'Keal Harry. N'Keal Harry was drafted 31st overall in 2019, and let's just face it, he has been an absolute bust thus far. However, he is on the final year of his rookie deal, and if the Raiders were to go out and trade for him, they'd owe him $1.87 million. N'Keal Harry, he wants the hell out of New England, and I'm a big believer that New England wants N'Keal Harry out of there as well. So when you add all that stuff up, give up 5th-round pick for a guy who's got 1st-round potential, sure, why the hell not? On top of that, N'Keal Harry was an absolute stud at Arizona State. You know who the Raiders just brought in? Antonio Pierce. Where was he last previously? At Arizona State. So there's some connection there, and maybe, just maybe, he just didn't like his fit with New England. Why? There's been a lot of receivers that have gone to New England. That just didn't pan out. I guarantee you this, Derek Carr is a better quarterback than Mac Jones overall statistically and overall for a wide receiver like N'Keal Harry. Now, out of those three guys that I just brought up, Nelson Agholor, Chase Winovich, N'Keal Harry, out of those three, who would you rather get? Or if there's another player on the New England Patriots roster that you're like, Mitch, you're missing this guy, he would be a better guy that the Raiders should go out and trade for, I want you to go ahead and let me know. So type NA for Nelson Agholor, or you can go ahead and you can type NH for N'Keal Harry, or CW for Chase Winovich, or if there's somebody else, go ahead and spam their name. Now, special shout out to today's sponsor, Manscaped. Why? They just released their brand new products, the Ultra Premium Collection. You can get it by going to manscaped.com using code Raiders. That's going to save you 20% off and get you free shipping. It's only $39.99, and the reason why I love the Ultra Premium Collection, it takes care of you guys from your head all the way down to your toes. You know that old song, I wanna lick you from your head to your toes, and I wanna. Your girl's going to want to do that if you use these products. Why? Dude, we got shampoos. We got some lip balm, which you guys can see right here. I got this deodorant, which, to be honest with you, I've been sweating quite a bit here, so just give me a second. You guys can smell great from head to toe. We got you covered here. All you got to do is go to manscaped.com, 20% off and free shipping. Man, we got shampoo. There's also some body deodorant if you want to go ahead and spray yourself. Like, I don't know about you. I spray myself every day. That way I don't totally stink around here. Body wash, so you're covered. Whether you're in the shower, and if you even want to spend a few extra minutes doing something special for yourself, don't worry, I won't tell anyone. You can go to manscaped.com, code Raiders for 20% off and free shipping. All right, y'all, so since we talked about trade candidates, now what we got to go ahead and break down are players that are free agents. Now, these guys were on the Patriots last season and are going to be free agents this offseason, which sometimes you see those connections, and I wouldn't be surprised if the Raiders go out and target these 6 guys. The first dude that I want to go ahead and bring up is Ted Karras, offensive guard from New England. His versatility on the offensive line really, really excites me, and I'm talking like Manscaped excited here. His versatility, he can play left guard, he can play at center, he even played a little bit of right guard last year. A total of 829 snaps, 695 at left guard, 15 at center, 117 at right guard. According to PFF, they graded him at 72.8 overall. That's a 76.9 pass blocking grade and a 67.8 run blocking grade. When you look at the Raiders' offensive line, you need to have a little bit of versatility. I know Alex Leatherwood is more than likely going to be the right guard, and that's totally fine. You could put Karras then at left guard. That helps your offensive line. I'm telling y'all right now, do not sleep on Ted. Let's go to the top guy on this list. It's J.C. Jackson. He's the #1 free agent cornerback out there, and not that it's not close, but in terms of overall age and talent, I'm not sure if it's all that close. 17 interceptions over the past 2 seasons, 25 interceptions over the past 4 seasons. I expect him to get about $20 million a year on his next contract. Why? Jalen Ramsey's making about $20 million. Marlon Humphrey's making about $19.25. With some of these new deals, you're going to see these guys making a little bit of extra money. I want you to look at these numbers here, okay? 58 tackles last season, 23 pass breakups. 23 pass breakups, 8 interceptions. I owe J.C. Jackson an apology. I didn't know if J.C. was going to be good without Stephon Gilmore. He basically said, you know what, Mitch? F you. And if you can get a guy that can come in here and be a lockdown corner, remember how good Casey Hayward was last year? I would expect a lot more from J.C. Jackson. Let's go to the next guy on this list. Some of you are like, Mitch, you realize you have Brian Hoyer on the screen. You're right. I do. I have Brian Hoyer on screen. Why? Because if the Raiders' plan is to go out and give Derek Carr $35 to $40 million in a contract extension, you're more than likely not going to spend a lot of money on your backup quarterback. And the Raiders need a backup quarterback. Marcus Mariota is a free agent. And whether you like Brian Hoyer or not, I do not want to see him out on the football field. But he does know the Josh McDaniels system very well. He's been a backup to Tom Brady. He's gone all over the place. He's played in Houston. He's played in New England. Like, this guy is a traveler in terms of being a backup quarterback, but he knows the McDaniels system well. And obviously, I'm not doing this because, I like Brian Hoyer. No, I would have Brian Hoyer next to Derek Carr, helping Derek Carr learn the new playbook, learn the new system, do everything you need to do, and he would do it at a discounted price. That's why Brian Hoyer is on this list. So what do you guys have to say about this? Just curious, which Patriots free agent is the most likely to be a Raider? Think about it. let me know. I do have 3 more names to come up, but out of all the Patriots free agents, which one do you think is the most likely to be in silver and black this season? The answer for me is Ted Karras, the offensive lineman that I just talked about. His versatility on the line at left guard, right guard, center is why I would do it. And to be honest with y'all, if I had that's maybe a little bit too gruesome. If I was a betting man, which I absolutely am, I would say Ted Karras is going to be a Raider. I'd probably even give it 3 chuck yets. That's how confident I am that he's going to be the starting left guard for Las Vegas. Now, I like John Simpson. Nothing against the guy. But we just got to be able to face the facts that he's not a starting caliber center in the National Football League. I mean, I really think it's about as simple as that. He's good at times, but he's not good enough to be a starting left guard in the National Football League. Now, if you guys haven't already, you can always hit me up on Instagram. You know, I'm at Mitchell Renz 365. I know I say it a lot, Mitch. Oh my gosh, you probably say it in your sleep. Sometimes, I mean, it wouldn't surprise me. I know there's one person that's always watching my show, and that's my dog, Chuck. It's mainly because I leave it on when I leave because I like to think to myself, he likes to hear my voice. Now, if you guys like to hear my voice, I appreciate you. If you also want to stay up to date on your news, rumors, I also posted some stuff today about some Raiders contract stuff if you're watching the show live. If you haven't already, give me a follow, though. Here's some people who have. JDog4206969. That guy definitely uses Manscaped. Aries Gleam, and then Sam from 562. I appreciate you guys. If you want to see yourself on a future show, all you got to do, give me a follow. All right, let's go to some more Raiders free agent targets. The next name coming up here is Jakobi Meyers, and he's a receiver. Receiver's obviously a big need here for Las Vegas, and Meyers is coming off a career year. However, I do want to mention this. Just because you see somebody on here does not mean that I would want the Raiders to go out and get. In fact, this would be a guy that I hope that the Raiders end up avoiding a little bit. Why? I think he just had one good year, one big-time splash year. There were some injuries at receiver, and he just knew the system better than everyone else because they brought in a whole bunch of guys. 83 catches, 866 yards, 2 touchdowns. I get it. It's productive. He's got the overall stature at 6'2", 200 pounds. But I personally would not want the Raiders to go out and get Jakobi Meyers. I'd rather them go out and get somebody else. Let's go to the running back position. I got James White. The fact that Jalen Richard is going to be a free agent is one of the biggest reasons why I went this route. And I truly believe to be successful in a Josh McDaniels type of system, you need a good pass-catching running back. First, I think James White's one of the best in the National Football League. With Richard being a free agent, with Kenyon Drake ending his season on IR, with Josh Jacobs having the amount of injury issues that he's had, White's an interesting option. Now, the other reason why I'm intrigued by this is because, personally, I believe you can get him at a cheap deal. And if I was James White, and if I was James White's agent, I would absolutely want to try to come to the Las Vegas Raiders because of all the things I mentioned. He played in only 3 games last season due to a hip injury, but if he's fully healthy, why the hell not, y'all? Because we paid Jalen Richard $3.5. I would pay James White $3.5 million. Now, in 2021, again, played 3 games. 2020, 49 grabs, 375 yards, a touchdown. 2019, 72 catches, 645 yards. That was with Brady. Obviously, Derek Carr is not Tom Brady, but I do think Derek Carr is a lot closer to putting up numbers with James White, like 49 catches. A lot better than what he's seen in the past. I don't think we're going to get 87. I don't even think we'd get 56. But if you're telling me right now I go out and get a pass-catching running back who we can use in the 2-minute warning, who knows this system, and I can get him for under $3 million, yep, sign me up. And the final name. I know. It's Trent Brown, but I had to do it. Why? Because the Raiders' biggest need this offseason is a right tackle. And Trent Brown plays right tackle. And you can't really deny that when he's healthy and when he's out there, he's one of the best right tackles in all the league. Here's the issue, though, right? In 16 games, 2 years after signing the largest contract in NFL history in 2019. So when the Raiders brought him in, he was the highest paid offensive tackle in the league, which usually goes to a left tackle. The Raiders were like, you know what, Trent? We're going to bring you in. We're going to make you a right tackle. Last season, his PFF grade was a 77.6 overall. He played in only 9 games, 81.2 pass blocking grade, and a 70.4 run blocking grade. So now it's time to fill in the blank. Let's just say you're subscribed. Let's just say you got your notifications turned on, and we send a notification that says the Las Vegas Raiders have gone out and signed free agent right tackle Trent Brown. What would you say? If the Raiders sign Trent Brown, I will fill in the blank right now. For me, man, I'm going to laugh because it used to piss my dad off, but I used to always grin when he would be like grilling me. I'd kind of sit there and I'd chuckle. I don't know why I do it. I laugh when I get angry. I also laugh when I'm getting scolded. And if the Raiders went out and got Trent Brown, I would. I'd sit there and I'd be like, oh my God, you've got to be kidding me. This guy is an absolute waste of space. He's an absolute joke in terms of what I would tell my kids to look forward to in terms of an NFL player as an overall role model. He's fat. He's lazy. I don't want him on my team. And the last time he was on the Raiders, look at this number here. Brown made $76,000 per snap with the Raiders. He made $76,000 per snap. The only way I would accept Trent Brown back on this team is if he played for free. And sorry, he can't afford Twinkies and he can't afford fruit roll-ups if he's playing for free.